So I was at this coffee shop on Saturday. The barista asked me one simple question. One. And I just froze. Like my mouth opened and nothing came out. And the worst part? I know the answer. I've said it 100 times in my head. But the second she looked at me, my brain went completely dark. Welcome to English Talks. I'm Ben. With me, as always, Zoe.
Hey everyone. So Ben, you froze?
I froze. Hard.
Okay, we're talking about the thing today. The freeze, the blank, the I know this in my head but my mouth won't move. And here's the thing. There's one shift, just one, that changes how this whole thing feels. But first, I need to know what she actually asked you.
Okay, so Saturday morning, coffee shop near my flat. I order a flat white. Easy. I've done it 1,000,000 times. The barista, really nice, smiling, she goes, "For here or to take away?"
Classic question.
Classic. I know this. I've heard it 1,000 times. But in that moment, my brain just goes, wait, what does she mean? For here? For me? For what? And I just stood there like a statue.
How long?
At least 4 seconds, maybe 5. She started looking confused, so I panicked and said, "Yes?"
You said yes?
I said yes to "for here" or "to take away." I gave her a yes-no answer to a multiple-choice question.
Oh, Ben.
And it gets worse. She goes, "Sorry, here or take away?" And I just pointed at the door like a caveman. I just pointed at the exit, and she gave me the cup to go.
So you got your coffee?
I got my coffee, but I walked out and I felt, you know that feeling when you replay the whole thing in your head and you just want to disappear?
Oh, I know that feeling.
And the thing is, this isn't the first time. At work last week, in the team meeting, my manager asked me what I thought about a project. I had a good answer. I had the words. But when everyone looked at me, I just said, "Yeah, sounds good." And I sat there for the rest of the meeting like a ghost. And then, last Friday, I was at this house party. My girlfriend's friends. Lovely people. I stood there for 20 minutes, 20 minutes, without saying a word, because I was waiting for the perfect sentence, the grammatically correct, perfectly pronounced, no mistakes sentence. It never came.
So you went silent.
I went silent, and when I left, my girlfriend asked if I was okay, and I said, "I just don't feel like a real person in English yet." That's what I said, a real person.
Okay. First, I want to say something. What you just described, that's not weakness. That's not "you're bad at English." That's the freeze. And it happens to literally every single person who learns a second language.
Including you?
Oh, including me. Big time. When I lived in Paris for about 1.5 years, there was this period of about 3 months where I almost stopped speaking French entirely.
Wait, you stopped?
I stopped. I would go to the boulangerie and just point at the bread. I would let my friends order for me at restaurants. At work, I'd email people instead of calling them, because every time I opened my mouth, I would think, what if I conjugate the verb wrong? What if my accent sounds stupid? What if they laugh?
But you speak French now.
I do, but the way I broke through, it's not what people think. Everyone says you have to practice more. And yes, sure, but that's not what fixed me. What fixed me was a shift, a way of seeing the whole thing differently.
Okay, wait, hold on. What shift?
We'll get there, but first I want to ask you something. When the barista said for here or to take away, what was your brain trying to do?
My brain was trying to build the perfect English sentence. I would like to take it away, please. Subject, modal verb, infinitive, polite ending, like a textbook.
Right. And what would a native speaker say?
Probably to go or just take away.
2 words, sometimes 1. To go. Done.
So my brain is solving a math problem when she just wants 2 words.
Yes. And here's the thing. You do this in your own language, right? When someone asks you something simple, you don't compose a TED Talk. You just answer.
But in English, I feel like I have to be correct.
That's the trap. Okay, so here's the thing. There's a phrase I want to give you. It's the most important phrase in this whole conversation. Ready?
Yeah.
Bear with me. 3 words.
Bear with me?
In real speech, it sounds like bear with me. Almost 1 word, the bear with, runs together. It means be patient with me. It's the ultimate permission phrase.
Permission for what?
Permission to be imperfect. Permission to take your time. Permission to make mistakes. When you say, bear with me, my English is still improving, every native speaker on the planet relaxes. They go, oh, no problem, take your time. And the pressure drops. If you were the barista and a customer said, bear with me, what would you do? Right, you'd smile, you'd wait, you'd help. That's what humans do.
Okay, so what about the levels? Because at work, I can't say, bear with me, bro.
Good question. 3 levels. With friends, casual. You'd just say, hey, my English is rusty today. Light, easy. With strangers, like the barista, you'd say, sorry, my English is still improving. In fast speech, sorry, my English is still improving. The S of is still merges. Polite, friendly. And in a job interview or with your boss, you'd go, please excuse me, English isn't my first language. Formal, professional.
Rusty, still improving, isn't my first language.
That's it. Same idea, 3 registers.
I'm keeping that one.
Good. Now there's another lifeline phrase, the one that saves you when you're mid-sentence and you blank on a word. Can you guess what it is?
What's the word for?
Yes! What's the word for? In fast speech, was the word for. 5 words become 2 beats. And the magic of this phrase, it doesn't end the conversation, it keeps it going. The other person becomes your teammate.
So instead of stopping, I ask.
You ask. You're not interrupting, you're inviting them in. And you know what most natives do? They light up. They love being asked. It makes them feel useful.
That doesn't make sense, though. Why would they enjoy my struggle?
Because it's not your struggle, it's a moment of connection. When you say, what's the word for, you're showing them you trust them enough to be vulnerable. That's actually kind of beautiful.
Okay, that's a shift.
So here's where I'm going with all this. The freeze isn't because your English is bad. The freeze is because you're trying to do something that's impossible. You're trying to be perfect in real time. Nobody can do that, not even native speakers.
So what do I do instead?
Here's what I figured out, and this is the shift I was talking about. Say it ugly first.
Say it ugly first?
That's the shift. That's the whole thing.
Okay, wait, hold on. What does that mean?
It means don't wait for the perfect sentence. Throw out the rough, broken, ugly version of what you want to say first. Get it out of your mouth. Then you can fix it.
But that sounds wrong. Like you want me to make mistakes?
Let me give you an example. Say you want to say, I went to the supermarket yesterday and I bought too many vegetables. Big sentence, lots of grammar. Your brain freezes.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens.
So instead, say it ugly. Yesterday, supermarket, too many vegetables. My fridge is full. 3 broken phrases, no grammar. The native speaker hears it, smiles, and goes, "Oh, you went shopping?" And now they've built the grammatically correct version, and the conversation is rolling.
So they help me?
They help you every time. Because here's the secret: natives don't grade your grammar, they listen for meaning. As long as the meaning gets through, the conversation flows. Okay, quick. What's the phrase for be patient with me? 3 seconds. That's right. Bear with me. Good.
So what you're saying is, say it ugly first is like a permission slip.
It's a permission slip to yourself, from yourself. Because here's the thing, the freeze comes from this voice in your head saying you can't speak until it's perfect. Say it ugly first kills that voice. Because now your goal isn't perfection. Your goal is just getting it out.
What about my coffee shop situation? How do I say it ugly there?
Easy. Instead of, "I would like to take it away, please," you say, "To go." Done. If she didn't hear, you say, "To go, please." 2 words. Ugly, but clear.
That's so much easier than what my brain was doing.
Right? And here's the cascading part. Once you say it ugly first, you'll find that you actually start saying it well because the pressure's off, the freeze melts, and that's when the good English starts coming out.
So the shift isn't speak better. The shift is speak first, fix later.
That's it. Speak first, fix later. And if you need a moment, bear with me. If you blank on a word, what's the word for? You're never alone in the sentence. The other person is on your team.
Okay, that actually feels different. That feels lighter.
That's because you just gave yourself permission.
Oh, and if you want to practice all this, there's a little guide in the first comment with the transcript and some exercises. Grab it if it helps.
Okay, quick fire. 5 lifelines. Ready?
Ready.
Bear with me when you need a second.
What's the word for when you blank mid-sentence?
Sorry, my English is still improving. When you need permission.
Let me try that again. In fast speech, let me try that again. When you mess up and want to redo it.
Does that make sense? In fast speech, does that make sense? Does that becomes duzzat. When you want to check in. Quick, what was the phrase for be patient with me? 3 seconds. Yep, bear with me. Beautiful.
And the shift?
Say it ugly first.
Say it ugly first.
In fast speech, say it ugly first. 3 words run together. Stress on ugly. That's your new reflex. The next time you feel the freeze coming, don't search for perfect. Throw out ugly. The conversation will catch you.
Okay, so I'm going back to that coffee shop tomorrow, and when she asks for here or to take away, I'm going to say to go. 2 words, ugly, clear. But before I do, I need you to tell me, what's the moment you froze in English, the one that still makes you cringe when you remember it? Tell me in the comments. I want to know I'm not alone in this. See you in the next one.